FIFA career mode mods. Now, one of the most requested questions and comments I get down below from you guys whenever I make a video about these bad boys is, can you use them online? Do they apply to other game modes? And will EA ban your account and hunt you down for using mods in online game modes and any other area other than career mode? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we'll be finding out, as I'm going to load pretty much all the mods I have possible. I've applied just over 6 gigabytes of new content added to the game, so you know you're going to need a beefy PC setup to get this all running and for them to actually have a tangible impact on your gameplay and visual experience. So today I'm testing it out for you lot just to see what happens. Do they actually work in other game modes? Where else are these mods applied to? And what are their use outside of the career mode world? How much of an impact are they actually going to play on the online side of FC24? As these are all the mods I have applied. I got pretty much all of the realism mod involved, some added extras, a fantasy Red Bull London team, just to see if I can play with them online, if it's even possible. As we're gonna load it up and launch this thing, we have liftoff, and it's my first time doing all this. So if I get the ban hammer, if EA come down hard on me, at least you've learned through this video and you didn't have to try for yourselves at home. But again, let me reiterate, I wouldn't want you guys trying this because, yeah, it might be a little bit risky. So what I'm gonna do is launch the game without the live editor, which basically bypasses the EA anti-cheat that you get on PC. So we're actually going to be allowed to connect to the EA servers and access all the online modes. It is taking its sweet old time to get this game up and running, but that's what happens. When you have as many mods as I have loaded up, the game just can't handle it at times, but we're in. I want to test a variety of different areas. Online seasons, online friendlies, pro clubs. Let's push these mods to their limit and see the real capabilities of them outside of career mode in this online realm where mods I don't think have ever been experimented with. So here's the golden moment. I've got to connect to the EA servers, whether it's as I load. Okay, it's already done it. Retrieving data, we're in. I've hacked into the mainframe and I feel like a god. You can see the realism mod is working, the background's all sorted, and now we're in. If you guys have watched one of my mod videos before, you'll know that I don't usually connect to the EA servers in general. I just like to have my offline career mode experience in peace. So now you can see all the Ultimate Team promos. We're definitely connected to the servers now. And this is where the fun begins, but before I dive into any online modes, I gotta check that the realism mod is actually applied, and the best way you can do that is going over to play as a real manager and see if some of the updated face scans are working. But no, we might have to load up a different squad file. Like I said, mods on PC, all this downloaded extra content takes a bit of tweaking and experimenting with, so just hold your horses. I might have to do a little bit of tweaking and adjusting behind the scenes. Another good way to check if everything's installed and working is by going into the team sheet section and scrolling over to some new kits. Like I've applied, we have some brand new national team jerseys. All the 2024 updated kits are applied, so at least the visuals and the updated visual kits mods are working to the fullest extent. Yeah, like if I go into a save and Mano's face hasn't loaded, the realism mod might need to technical difficulties in a BCHD video. What's new? Just as a little teaser, let's check on this RB London team mod that I can load into my game. That's another area I want to test. Let's see if I can load in new teams to online seasons and see if you can actually play with them. Because basically what the mod does is replaces the team. So what it has done is replace Luton Town. I might have to rearrange a few things, but you get the idea. It has a brand new badge. It pretty much overhauls the entire team. In terms of the badge, in terms of the kits, and Luton Town gets itself a little bit of a rebrand. Now with some of these extras and visual mods added to the game, let's check out online seasons. Can we even enter it? We can. Apparently it's downloading something. It might be getting rid of all the add-ons and extra mods we've applied in the background. But let's just play a match, choose a team, and see if the jerseys have carried over. And already, okay, Inter, that's a different away jersey. I think that's their league for 24-25. So this is a good sign already. Let's go to Juve. As much as I hate to admit it, they've got some fire kits next year. And you can see we have loaded in some brand new 24-25 jerseys. And they are fresh, ready for you to use online in seasons mode. I know it's kind of a dead game mode. People don't really play it. But at least the mods have use in other areas. Let's just say if you're not a fan of career mode and wanted to download new kits without having to go on Ultimate Team or spend FIFA points, this is a viable alternative if you're on PC. You get access to thousands of new aesthetics, new visuals, new team kits, and it ranges. It's not just the big teams either. You get some new badges, like Bournemouth are changing their logo next year. Aston Villa have a new crest too, so there's plenty plenty to look forward to. Oh, this is the magic moment. Luton Town, this RB London squad. Can we load the club in? And will it... Okay, it's going to show the new leaked Luton kits, but is it... Yeah, it's Red Bull London. We are in seasons mode with a brand new created concept team. This is huge, guys, but I want to get every realism mod working before I eventually search for a game and see if the visuals carry over to the gameplay, but that's just a test for now. And the one little trick up my sleeve, the one little extra add-on that Pfeiffer included in his realism mod that got me thinking about this idea in general, it was this little feature right here to use the realism mod for online matches. So that got me thinking, that got me curious, and now here we are with it applied to my game. I've never really played with it or tested it before, so let's see what it's all about. It's talking a big game, now can it live up to the hype? However, if you guys are feeling a little bit frisky and want to try this out for yourselves at home, instead of connecting to the servers upon your initial startup, so right now it's going to try and get me to connect, I'm just going to cancel straight away, load into the game with your mods offline, because trust me, it's going to make a difference. Make sure that everything is activated and is in working order before you then eventually connect to their servers. So right now I'm completely offline. I can't download the latest squads, and that means we should have all the manager faces, which is a quick fire. Wait, no, we don't. Oh, what the hell? Now I'm getting sidetracked a little bit here, but here's a cool feature that I discovered whilst using these mods that's kind of separate from all the online mod experimenting I'm doing. But I thought it'd be cool to show you guys. This is just, I don't know if it's a glitch or it's actually a possibility that I've just somehow pulled off. It's crazy, right? So I'm loading into a fresh new career mode save. I decided to load up an old realism mod squad file, and it's back when I was doing the hometown rebuild with Frosinone, right? And for some reason, ever since I saved it on season 8, backed out of the career mode save in general, for some reason my main game has just transformed everyone into that year. So basically I finished off in like 2031, 2032, and now when I exit career mode and start a new career, it's exported pretty much every single team, every single manager in that state. So basically the entire rest of my game, whether I go into kickoff or tournament mode, my created world in career mode 8 seasons deep has become this game's new reality. Like right here, for some reason Blackburn and Accrington Stanley and Wimbledon were in the Premier League in 2032. Everything going on outside Serie A was absolutely insane. The Premier League having 2 League 2 sides to make the jump all the way to the top flight. And then because I was the manager, I actually appear up in the menus. Then you've got some new teams that found themselves in the top flight like Ascoli, Bari, Cremonese, and their respected managers to date. But I just think this is such a cool feature because I remember back in the day, I think it was either on PS2 or the PSP, you could pretty much export your own team outside of career mode to use them in other game modes. And that feature got removed by EA like a lot of the old classics. So it's not possible now, but instead of exporting my own team, I've pretty much exported my entire career mode save. So let's just take over Wimbledon in the Premier League. Are we going to start in 2032? Are we going to start in 2023? Is it even going to let me start a new career save? There's so many questions, but I'm just going to advance through and see if it loads us in, because this is actually crazy. This would be revolutionary because we all know now that this game has the possibilities to launch you into a brand new year, brand new season with your own custom world rolling on in the background, but I'm expecting the game to crash. So I'm trying not to get my high hopes up, but I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for this one. It's taking an awfully long time to load. Your guess is as good as mine right now, but I kind of discovered this whilst I wasn't recording, so it's good to get it all out there and show you guys that with mods, and hell, potentially even if EA were bothered to add this kind of feature into the game, it's possible to do this. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We're in. Hold on. Wimbledon in the Premier League. What year are we in? We're in 2023. We're in current day. It hasn't thrown us into that 2033 timeline, and we're now starting from scratch, but these are the kind of teams in the top flight. Wimbledon, Accrington Stanley, Blackburn Rovers. What kind of team were they working with, or are they just going to throw me into the default squad? I'm not quite sure who any of these players are, and I click the squad hub and it crashes my game. Okay, so it's pretty much a broken save, but the blueprint is there. How cool would that be? Either exporting your team or your whole career mode world. That would be a game changer and just such a cool custom feature to use. Yeah, I know, it wasn't fully functioning. It was pretty glitchy. It took ages to load in, but you just got to capture an early glimpse of it. And I know your minds are racing. Like, what if you could go back and export some of your favorite career mode teams and saves you've built over the years? Always have them saved within your game and go back and revisit revisit them, play with them outside of career mode, verse your friends with them, use them online. It's a small little fun feature that would go a long way and potentially even kill off Ultimate Team in the process. So you just know EA ain't gonna touch this idea with a 10-foot pole. So here was the old squad file that worked. It was from the 24th of April, an old outdated version of the mod, and just to show you that it did pretty much change everything in my entire game, I load into the team sheets and this was my actual team. If you've watched that video, you know this is where we're at Season 8 Champions League winners, and not only did it export my squad but pretty much the whole entire world, and now we're free to use them and free to explore. Like, let's just say, who was at Cologne in 2033? You can have a look and dive deep into all the team's transfers, who's ended up where, have any clubs risen to prominence, who's been relegated. Everton are in the championship with a pretty decent 4-star outfit, Exeter in the championship, Forest Green, they've been recently relegated from League 2 in real life, but 2033 is going to have big plans for them. Carlisle United in the championship, anyone down? Oh, Sheffield United have dropped down, getting that double relegation. They're stranded in League 1. Norwich down in League 1. Luton Town down in League 1. And that's what I mean when you get the full Red Bull London experience. You get not only the badge, but the actual kits. Like, you don't get the name change, but the kits look pretty cool, I guess. Oh, wow. Sunderland are down in League 2. Stoke City. Man, old school Premier League staples like Stoke City. Sunderland are down in League 2. Swansea even. Damn, this got storylines written all over it. Watford and West Brom. What kind of craziness was going on in the background whilst I was rebuilding my boys? You can take a look at what kind of team does PSG have. Mbappe's still there. Chiesa has decided to join them. Zaire Emery is transformed into a Ballon d'Or worthy baller. Saliba's joined them. You could just go around the footballing world and have a sticky beak at everything and everyone. It's just such a fun and cool concept that I'm sure people would get so much joy out of and so much replayability, especially considering it was an old feature that you could do with your own managed club. Imagine you could save them into different squad files and just access them whenever you want. And I wish PC mods could become advanced enough where this is an actual reality and not just a glitch I've encountered. This should be something that the game allows you to do. Now I can just imagine a reality where you have your own unique set of databases and career mode worlds you've built up with this new export feature, and it'd just be a whole new experience to play around with and experiment with. It's something Football Manager-esque, let's say. Different collections and career mode years that you can load up, and already I'm running through all new ideas and fun ways to use such a simple feature. Loading them up whenever you please, starting a career mode like whenever that save point was. So for example, in this Frosinone one, I could start in 2031, and you could have different eras to save and load up throughout the game cycle and revisit them years down the line for nostalgia purposes. And I don't know how they haven't thought of something like this before, but it's genius. Anyways, I've realized this has gotten way off the beaten track, but just to prove that you can use these team sheets and this 2032 career mode save, is that even when you enter kickoff, there you go. My 5-star rebuilt squad up against the Premier League outfit that is a 2.5-star AFC Wimbledon. I hope this works and doesn't crash on me. It'd be another great showcase of what this feature is capable of. Thanks to the realism mod, you're also going to see some real licensed stadium names, like Frosinone's Real World Stadium, actually named in the game, and you don't have to go behind the scenes and customize the name. It's just there waiting, ready for you. Please load. Please load. Oh yes, we're in. Here we have it. And so BCHD's at the helm, even in kickoff. Outside of career mode, these mods are working wonders, and you can see newly updated ad boards, referees with their face scan in the game, newly updated fan scarves, the banners, all the team flags are more realistic and lifelike, and the turf mod seems to be activated too. So even if you didn't want to use these mods online, you can use them in other areas of the game and everything will still carry over. I don't know if the turf looks more realistic or it's got more of that, you know, artificial effect. Like, look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. And yeah, it fully keeps your bench. It keeps all your settings, all your tactics. Everything gets carried over. All your set piece takers. Like, it has not missed a beat. So I guess, you know, when you're actually downloading these mods and applying them to your game, they're gonna pop up pretty much everywhere you go. They didn't cheap out and just exclusively have them for career mode. Like those banners and flags on the left there where the fans are, those are used in real life, and it's actually cool to see them in game. Iran Kunda over to Bruno on the half volley. The attention to detail with the realism mods goes crazy, and at least in tournament mode, kickoff, and any other offline game modes, they'll be activated and appearing. And look, this is what happens when you start messing around and experimenting with different mods, different squad files. You're gonna get nightmare fuel like this popping up all over the joint, but lucky it's just in the main menu. What I do love about the realism mod, and just discovered recently, was that even in the trophy top bus tour parade that happens at the end of the season, you see all those flags hanging from the apartments. They're like completely different, non-generic ones that the realism mod has added in, and they are looking so much better than what you'd usually see if you didn't have any of these mods applied. It's kind of only like there for a second. You can see him on the apartment balconies and stuff like that in the background. There's so many more little details that you'd only notice when you've had these mods applied. Unfortunately, I didn't get to capture it in my actual video, but it's nice to see me discover little Easter eggs and new attention to detail type features months after exploring and installing these mods in full. I'm still discovering brand new things every day. Or any pre-match cutscene that involves the balconies and all the fan atmosphere in general. Wherever the fan flags and banners pop up, you're gonna see a whole new added realistic set of fresh fan aesthetics across the board. And I know you're probably begging for me to use that database in the 2031 career save online in seasons, or try verse someone head to head, but as soon as you load up in and you're connected to the servers, it just completely wipes everything in terms of your squads. It sets you up with the latest teams and players. Unfortunately for me, the fun's over. I won't be able to experiment with my custom squad file, and my Frosinone super squad that I rebuilt won't be able to see the light of day in the online realm, which I'm quite bummed about, but I wasn't expecting it to work nonetheless, or even for me to accidentally discover this export feature. Nonetheless, I see this as an absolute win. Okay lads, the mission is go. I've got things working. All the new manager faces, tattoos, everything is in working order right now. And another good way... Now, the good way to tell if all your other add-ons and realism mod features are actually working and ready to test for online is by not only making sure that the game doesn't crash on you like it has for me multiple times throughout experimenting, but taking a look at some other lesser known players, because that's usually where some of the updates are lying. So for my boys Frosinone, like, we're never going to get game face scans. Our players aren't going to have updated tattoos, and someone that has that in abundance is Barenechea, who just has 2 full sleeves. He actually gets a brand new realism mod face. Even some players who have an actual official face scan by EA, they get a fresh new tattoo update like a Matthias Soule. So now I think we're pretty much ready to do some damage online. Now let's just connect to the servers and make this a smooth experience. The realism mod is in working order. I've checked everything, and now it's time to load in to seasons. Are we going to get... Yes, we have. Sometimes when you load in with mods, it just freezes the game and doesn't let you do anything. But now we're in there. For some reason, it's saying 0 players are online, but we're going to try and load in nonetheless. Now, let's try and find a game with one of my favorite new pieces. One of my favorite new kits leaked for next season is Bayern's alternate third kit with that cream and red mix, the retro Bayern and Adidas logo. It's a nostalgia merchant's wet dream, and now we're clicking it. We're making it official, searching for match. And we've got an opponent for... It's actually going to work. We're actually going to load in. Now, is it going to kick me out? Am I going to get a crash? Are EA going to be tracking onto me? Because I have all these new add-ons and aesthetics added. You can already see, for some reason, they're wearing the Aston Villa anthem jacket. That's not supposed to happen. But the crowd have some of their custom fan banners newly added in. I'm also kind of curious to know, what's the other person seeing? Like, they don't have any of these mods or jerseys loaded to their game. So I feel like they're just seeing the free agent generic kit that pops up all about career mode. But you can see now the mods work online. It lets you play. You're not going to get bans, and Musiala with the shot. You can get a better look at some of the new banners and flags, all the additions to the crowd and fans that the realism mod adds. But I guess it's just bad news for whoever your opponent is, whoever you're playing, because unless they also have the realism mod, they're not going to be able to see anything going on aesthetics wise. And we've just got given a penalty. Harry Kane from the spot. Let's see. Let's slot that top left. Harry Kane. He is absolutely clinical. And now you get a little bit more of a close-up to the mods actually working and all the new kits. Harry Kane getting a little too close for comfort. I forgot to even mention that it also works for your opposition. So that's Barcelona's brand new jersey for the 24-25 campaign. And right now it's activated for me because I'm using the realism mod. For the guy on the other side, he's just seeing the regular FC24 kits. But for me, I get brand new visuals and all new aesthetics to post about. I'd just kill to see what this other guy's reaction would be. He probably thinks his game's glitching out because there's a whole team wearing a generic jersey, but no, we are using the mods to the best of our ability. Online and offline, mods are just elite. You even get the updated player tattoos and the brand new face scans, so I'm not even sure how that would translate across to your opposing player, but for us, everything's in working order and looking pretty tip-top. I don't think something like this was possible in the past with mods because it forced you not to connect to the servers. It would actively block you from even being connected online. So now that this is a possibility, it just opens up so many more creative outlets for you to use these mods. Whether you're playing against your friends, battling online, or just feeling safe that you can always have them applied to the game and you're not going to get in trouble for it. Your account's not going to get banned. EA won't come for you.
Why are you running?
But let me not jinx it, I don't want to speak too soon. And you might be wondering, with the mods applied, is that going to affect your connection? Is it going to make the game extra laggy? So far for me, I don't really see a difference. Like, it is playing as usual. Maybe for my opposition, considering he butchered a penalty, it's just a typical EA lag you have to deal with. But nothing too egregious that makes the game unplayable or anything. However, we still have a couple more game modes to test out, like Volta, like Pro Clubs, and of course, the big bad, the big kahuna, Ultimate Team. I can't really tell in this lighting because of the shadows and stuff, but the turf mod is definitely working. It looks different to base game FIFA, and that's something you will notice straight off the bat. Anyways, the experiment continues. First tick is in the book. Online seasons gets the green light, but the experiment continues. I can't be bothered playing the rest of this match. I'll give homeboy a free win. Now, I'm just going to caution you guys and saying be careful when you're online with these mods. Act with caution because you have to launch the game without the live editor so that you're actually able to connect to the EA servers. And even if you dare attempt to launch the FIFA cheat engine, you're going to be booted straight out of the game and get kicked out. So don't fall into that trap. As we've had a security violation, EA now might start getting onto me as the software can't be used at the same time as the game. That's what the anti-cheat's there for, and that's what the live editor actually lets you bypass. And without that, you're left unprotected, and you don't want to get caught too many times dipping your hand in the cookie jar because, I don't know, who knows, your account might get banned. I don't want you guys taking that risk. Let me take it for you. Anyways, boys, just a heads up, thought I'd let you know. Now, you're probably wondering, Pro Clubs, what could the mods possibly fix or add to an online game mode that's got everything sorted? Well, with the Creator Club mods, it adds all new logos, crests, brand new kits, and most importantly, sponsors on jerseys. I was doing a little bit of experimenting before, and you can actually import the new 24-25 kits, aka Norway's new ones that they just dropped recently. If you're that type of club, if you're that type of guy that use real world kits for your pro club, I mean, be my guest. At least the option is there, and they actually carry over into Pro Clubs, which is quite cool. You know, you got to test everything. You got to see if these aesthetics really change the game, and flat out they do. It's not just career mode that gets these changes. They are affected across all game modes, and that's how it should be. However, something I didn't test was the custom kit and crest options, and like, do you get extra badges like you would in Creator Club? Let's dive in and check out all the different Pro Clubs badges, and it doesn't look like any of them have carried over. It's still the default EA options, so you're not going to get the random real world badges or any that you saw in my Creator Club mods video, unfortunately. So for the time being, they don't carry over to Pro Clubs, which is unfortunate. Finally, we have found a mod that doesn't work. Can you believe it? And in terms of the kits, actually, the kits might carry over here. Let's take a gaze. And oh yeah, you bet they do. The kits have carried over, and you get all the new templates, all the new additions that the Creator Club overhaul and all the Creator Club kits kit mods add to career mode and create a club, they carry over because it's pretty much the same system. Like EA copied the same code and the same legacy files that you would when you could create your own pro clubs kits and badges to career mode when they eventually added it in FIFA 22, but it's kind of intertwined. So creator club and pro clubs both benefit. You're just gonna have to deal with being unable to customize and import real logos for your pro clubs team, but I think that's a solid sacrifice. At least you get sponsors, new kit manufacturers. This is a big W for the pro clubs community, or the PC pro clubs community to be more specific. I'm actually surprised that worked, but once you deep it and figure it out, it kind of makes sense. It's pretty much the exact same functionality and a carbon copy of what you'd be used to when you actually create your own club. So your pro clubs team and all your mates are going to stand out from the rest of the pack when you load up into your divisions games, or whenever you decide to kick about, and it even works for the goalkeeper kits. So this goalkeeper mod is separate. I'll make sure to link them all down in the description if you want to try them out for yourselves, because so far EA are letting me get away with this scot-free. I felt like a god. I felt so powerful when I eventually got the career mode mods working, but now that they overlap and work online, it's undeniable now. This is no doubt a game changer and should convince you to convert to PC like that. The creator club crests are missing and I don't really know how to fix it. However, to come to a compromise with the kits that are looking fantastic, and now let's save those changes, and just like that, it is going to apply to the entire club and you're going to be looking like no other team out there. Now that I'm really starting to deep it though, like there's no real reason to be banned. It is literally all cosmetic changes. Like there is no competitive advantage or cheat you're getting out of just, you know, getting new kit templates and new sponsors. Oh damn, something that I didn't even think about was the stadium customization, because in pro clubs like Creator Club, you can use a real world stadium like Wembley to play in every week. And right now, I have the unlock all licensed stadium mod, so I wonder if you can change it to anything without actually unlocking it. Oh no, you still have to unlock them. Okay, so you're still gonna have to play the game and unlock them yourselves. The mod's not gonna allow you to get any cheats or benefits because you need to grind and increase your rep level, so the mods can't really work a way around it. But that was wishful thinking by me. Now, in terms of other areas of customizing the club, I don't really care about audio, but I know the realism mod adds a ton of new match balls, so let's take a look and see if they actually carry over into pro clubs, and it looks like they do. Now, you guys gotta let me know, the pro clubs diehards, make sure this is true, because you get access to over 278 new match balls. They're all unlocked. Some of them are actually in FC24 already, but some are like Ultimate Team exclusives, and I don't already know if they're actually ready for you and available to be unlocked in pro clubs, or you have to work to unlock them. Because like, yeah, the Team of the Year ball, that's definitely got to be FUT exclusive. The Team of the Week match ball, like that is Ultimate Team only. But for some reason, we have got everything. We have got everything at our disposal. A wave ball, a winter sweater. These are some Volta unlocks, I think. Yeah, these are some mod exclusives, definitely. If the code is popping up there, you definitely know it's not supposed to pop up in the vanilla base game version of FC24. So I'm going to take full advantage. So let's try and select, I believe this is the Women's Champions League final match ball. It hasn't got an official name. I think this is a mod edition and they have let me choose it. My game hasn't crashed. We're still in and all the changes have been saved and applied. Pro clubs, again, we're going to have to go back to back. It gets the seal of approval where all your modded benefits and career mode extras are applied and you get to enjoy them all across the board. Now, another element that should be able to carry on into pro clubs is the unlocked player editor. Now, you might already have access to that when it comes to your AI players, where you can fully customize them in pro clubs. That became a feature not too long ago, but I want to see to what extent can we customize them, and you pretty much get the exact same player editor where we can go down to their nationality, change their date of birth. Their age or nationality doesn't really matter because it's only pro clubs. It's not like they have potentials or anything, but you actually, you can't go in and change how tall they are, how much they weigh. You can only change their preferred foot and gender. But there is a silver lining. You do get some of the realism mod extras, like the newly rebranded pictures for the accessories. You get new boots and goalkeeper gloves to play around with. So yeah, you've just got so many new options and you don't need to unlock them through Volta. They just appear all there ready for you to use. And you guys know the drill by now. You football boot purists know that the new additions or the updated boots you get all have the picture of the shoebox. So that's thanks to the realism mod. So the new accessories, new boots and goalkeeper gloves all carry over to pro clubs, which is also another major green flag. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash, and it worked. Tattoos is only a My Play career mode and pro clubs exclusive, so don't get too excited there. And actually changing their running style and animations, goal celebrations is stock standard. Pro clubs are already gifted with that luxury, so that's nothing to do with the mods, but it's cool to see some little features here and there actually get implemented throughout every game mode. Pro clubs, I applaud you. You understood the mission, you saw the vision, you knew the assignment, and you delivered. I'm so glad these mods actually worked, because otherwise this video would be like 2 minutes long. There are new possibilities to be explored in the online realm in both seasons and clubs, but now we have the final boss battle ahead of us, and that's Ultimate Team. I know you're probably curious, but everything carries over and works in tournament mode as you'd expect. Just imagine it as like the little brother, a little branch off from career mode. You're not going to face any problem there because it's an offline sector of the game. Here's actually what I should have tested. Does this new Red Bull London team actually work in seasons mode? And how does it actually display to my opposite player? We've got pretty much everything sorted out. The game kind of glitched out there for a second. I had a little mini heart palpitation, but everything's all applied. Luton Town's had a rebrand, and now let's just search for an opponent. It's going to act like it's just a normal regular team, but thanks to the power of PC mods, we can add these fantasy teams. But will it actually let us find an opponent? Red Bull London, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to let Red Bull London find a game. This is torture. Have they banned me? Have EA cracked on? Oh. We did it, baby. Red Bull London officially works online. A modded extra, a modded add-on, and they get to live their dream, versing people from all across the world. I know it's just Luton Town in a different kit and a different crest, but that's what it's all about. And the guy on the other end must be wondering, why? What is this team? How did he get these new kits and crests to the game? There's a little bit of a kit clash here. I've never seen this Monaco Blue Edition jersey before. The confusion and questions this guy must be having that I'm playing. I wish there was like an in-game chat like back in the day. I want to see what this guy is saying. Like, how many questions does he have? How confused is he when he sees Luton Town players wearing a Red Bull London kit? Maybe you guys can try and test this out with some of your friends and report back the results, because I'm actually very interested to see what my opponent is seeing on his screen right now. Because if I was a betting man, it would just be that generic free agents kit, but I'm not claiming to be an expert here. Oh, what a goal. And we get to see the Red Bull London kit up close in all its concept glory. And yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. You can add fantasy teams and fantasy kits to season and online modes. I feel like I've made a major breakthrough here. Let me know if you've seen anyone dabble in this kind of area before, because I don't think anyone's had the balls to try. Bro's trying to use Ben Yedder against me like it's prime 2020 lockdown all over again. It's not happening, mate. Bro, I'm gonna give you a free win anyway. Ilche, lad, Ilche. Now, this is actually a mode of the game where I have no real expectations. I don't think any of these mods apply to Volta, besides unlocking new accessories and customization options, but I don't think it has any real bearing. Not that probably anyone in my audience plays Volta, but it's nice to know its impacts nonetheless. I mean, I guess it unlocks new boots for you to wear and new shoes, but I guess that's kind of applicable everywhere and in all modes of the game, so nothing really special, nothing really standing out here. We're gonna let Volta do its own thing, but the real reason why you came here is for the Ultimate Team. Are we even allowed to load into the game with all these mods? And there might be a few warning signs here, but the background's still blurry. The loading screen is taking an abnormal time to actually load in. No, okay, no message from EA, no warning signs, and we're in, no questions asked. Alright, I don't really know how you can tell the difference or what mods actually bring to Ultimate Team, besides like the newly updated kits. Oh, and maybe like new face scans and tattoos. So let's see if it has any real bearing. Yeah, you can see the difference straight away. Danilo's tattoos are there. He's got a brand new sleeve that isn't in the base game, so you get some nice visual changes. Again, all cosmetic, no actual competitive advantages gained. What I was thinking about though was like the consumables, the kits, like the balls. Let's see if any of them actually carried over and make their mark in Ultimate Team. They do. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but there you go. Brand new 24-25 kits available. Ultimate Team gets some mod love shown its way. Let's try and buy one. This looks a little bit too good to be true. It might just show up with the mini kits on the card, but I'm actually not sure if it's going to show up in game or actually in the menus. So here's the moment of truth, and it works. Even the new goalkeeper kits get activated too. It just shows that these mods are adaptable, they're versatile, and they work across everywhere. And this match ball is definitely not the EA Sports blue that it says it is. So mods have completely reworked things. Like, this is a default EA ball, but the mods have changed it to the Nike old school Premier League match ball. What about logos? What are we saying? What are we saying? We get the new Bournemouth logo. No one has that. So I'm going to change it to that cherry circle badge. And the 24-25 season graphics are taken into effect. Now, I don't just want the confirmation in the menus. I want to see it actually work in a game to make sure that these mods and visuals actually show up when you match someone online or play squad battles. Alright, we've already got some positive signs straight off the bat because the kits are showing up in the kit selector. And now, not only that, but brand new faces. The new match ball needs to show up. And here we go, the Bournemouth logo is in. And now for the rest of them, okay, I don't know what's happened to Reindeer's face, but that might just be an Ultimate Team glitch. I'm not going to look into it. All I want to see is that brand new Arsenal kit. The turf mod is actually applied to Ultimate Team too. So if that's something you're interested in, I guess now you know it carries over into foot and works in squad battles. The kit's loaded in. I don't see any egregious glitches when it comes to the visuals. And Arsenal's 24-25 away kit has already got it off to the perfect start. Garnacho has his full sleeve tattoos in the game, so that's how you know the tattoo mod's working. So just bit by bit, you can check off the boxes, you can start ticking things off the list, and we are actually using that new modded ball, not the default EA one. So that retro Nike Premier League match ball is being used instead of whatever default option I had installed earlier. Alright, this is where the real test is gonna come in. Online matchmaking against another person, just like in Seasons mode. So let's cross our fingers and hope EA aren't cracking on. It's the same as usual. It's all looking good from the kit selector point of view. I'm gonna let my opponent determine what kit he's gonna wear, because at the end of the day, most likely he'll be wearing a big team's jersey and they're gonna have a new different kit added to the game anyway. So let's check it out. Online matchmade against someone, and okay, everything's in working order just like squad battles. On second thought, I think the opponent on the other side is just seeing like the normal Arsenal away kit that would be already present in FC 24, not this modded version. So just like the Bournemouth logo on the scoreboard, he's probably just seeing the one we're all used to, the traditional. But at least the kit mod is actually effective on people in the crowd, and they're actually wearing the club's kit, so you're not going to get any weird glitches there. The mod applies not just for the players, but the fans. The retro Premier League match ball's loaded in. There's no real lag or server issues I'm experiencing, so these mods are going to cause more good than harm. You get those updated ad boards in Ultimate Team too. There's no way all these sponsors are popping up on the electronic ad boards in the sidelines. Usually it's EA plugging all their social media, so I guess the realism mod comes into effect for Ultimate Team and fixes up the stadium graphics, like the Beat sponsorship. I've seen Pepsi, I've seen Amazon Prime, and then now eventually it's gone back to the default FC Ultimate Team advertisement. So the more you play around with it and the more you experiment, the more you're gonna pick up and notice in the game whilst you're playing. That's a weird tattoo by Gozens. Well, what inspired him to get that? And now I'm sure you can feel safe venturing into online modes with all these mods applied, because not only can you navigate and play these modes safely, but the mods actually take effect and change everything you've come to know and love about FIFA. Whether it's mainly just cosmetics, tattoos, or face updates, they're there and ready for you to use. So there you go. I got away scot-free, at least for now. I'll keep you guys updated if anything happens on the community tab, or if EA send me an email, I'll make sure to keep you lads in the loop. There you go, lads. That's how PC mods affect the online experience, and that they do work, and they are extremely useful and definitely something you should look into as we approach the build up and launch of FC 25. Job done. The mission is complete today, lads. My work and my experiments are complete. So if you want to enjoy and want to see more of these mods in action online and in other game modes besides career mode, let me know down in the comments below. If you've made it this far and enjoyed the video, make sure to drop it a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications for more crazy career mode experiments and content coming your way with these mods. Make sure to follow me on all my socials, the links will be down in the description below. And as always, I've been your boy Sir BCHD. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video. Bye bye.